Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Conversation. And there are a lot of good news coming out, especially from India, uh, about the regulations of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. Especially there is a lot of positivity, especially after the recent FUD on that budgetary day, right? And so there was this recent one which was on CNBC. Shireen Bhan, she was talking to uh, the Subhash Chandra Garg, who is the from Department of Economic Affairs, and he had his point of view on how the cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin will be dealt soon in future. We will also talk about somebody from Yes Bank, Rana Kapoor from Yes Bank. He said that the cryptocurrencies are here forever. So as you can see, a lot of good news coming here, and we will talk about all of them. But let's go ahead and check with the coin market now. Once before that, this is Crypto Conversation, guys. This is a channel we talk about cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, blockchain, ICOs, news developments, market sentiments around the globe. So if you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe. And also to let you know, this is not a financial or investment advice, just my personal opinion. We want to start with the coin market, and I see a little bit of positivity there. So Bitcoin finally is moving to $9,000. Yesterday it dropped down to $8,500. Wow, these green here are so pleasant. So 8.8%, 10%, 16%, 14%, 34%. You know what? I know these prices are not at their all-time high. They are not as they were at once upon a time. But still, I like it because at least they are moving up. At least they are moving up. So Bitcoin come back to 9,800. Ethereum 953. Bitcoin Cash 1,256. Cardano 45 cents. Neo coming back to $121. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is gonna go up? This will keep moving once again? All the FUD has gone. What do you think? Because there has been enough of panic, and we definitely want more green coming up right now, especially from India, because I had this opinion from Sobia, I guess. She tweeted that, no, she mentioned in the chat also that since there are so many positivity coming from India, there should be more people who should get started in India, and I completely agree to that. In the next video, I'm also going to talk about some of the Indian exchanges which are coming up with some multiple cryptocurrencies. We'll talk about that, but let's talk about this one. Let's talk about what exactly happened. So this is CNBC TV 18 news tweet, and what's the name? Shireen Bhan. So she was talking to one second. She was talking to the Department of Economic Affairs. What's his name? His name is Subhash Chandra Garg. Yeah. So let's see what happened.
Let me, Mr. Garg, ask you this question, and this is again created a lot of stir on social media because the finance minister in his speech spoke about cryptocurrencies. And he said cryptocurrencies are not legal tender. And that is the stated position of the government because it's not legal tender. We understand that. But he also said that the government will crack down on using cryptocurrencies for illegal activities. Now the question one is, if it's not legal tender, is the government going to say at some point, there is a committee that you're a part of, that you're looking into, are you at some point going to say that trading in cryptocurrencies is an illegal activity?
Let's not call them as cryptocurrencies, because that's what we don't believe that they are currency or coin.
Okay.
We have used the expression crypto assets.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, now this is something that not to boast myself, but I was talking the other day that these are not actually currencies. These are rather crypto assets, because currency has a different definition altogether, and that's what he repeated there. So at least they are understanding, they know, what exactly they are. So I'm very happy on that.
So these crypto assets are being used today. The exchanges are being set up, a lot of people buying it, and there is a trade going on without understanding the full fundamental values of that.
Okay, now this is also quite true. So he also said that there is a lot of trading going on without a lot of people understanding the fundamentals of it, which is true, because I believe many people who are investing into cryptocurrencies, they don't know the fundamentals of it. They don't know why Bitcoin exists. They don't know why AD exists. They don't know why So that is why the bubble, so that is the example. The recent crash was the biggest example of this. Now imagine, why would the crash happen? The crash happened because some bunch of people out of these crypto community, they sold their Bitcoin, they sold their cryptocurrencies. And why would they sell it? Because they got panic. They thought that, okay, it's gonna ban. In India, saw this I read this trade. Somebody sold their Bitcoin for about 2 lakh on ZepPay, 2.5 or 3 lakh on ZepPay, right? So this is clearly an example of a lot of people don't understand the fundamentals of it. So when they hear the news like something like this, like maybe not legal tender or whatever it is, maybe not talking about only in India but talking about across the globe also, they panic sell. They sell without understanding, and that is when the correction happens. So this crash was the biggest example of that. So all the newcomers who have not understood, they would probably sell it off. Am I getting a call? Just give me a minute. No, I'm not getting a call. All right, so they would have sold their cryptocurrencies, and that is why there was a huge crash. If nobody sells, imagine this, if nobody sells their cryptocurrencies, then there would be no conversion from cryptocurrencies to fiat money, and so the cryptocurrencies prices will not drop. So this was the one of the reason, and the biggest one, I guess.
So what the government has stated, and this is a progressive policy statement which has been coming out. Once, a couple of weeks back, we said the government does not treat this as a currency and coin at all. Now in the budget speech, the finance minister said that we will not allow its use for the payment system and also payment of illegal activities. Right? That is.
So it's quite clear. He said that illegal activities will be curbed. I mean, of course, you don't want to use anything which is used for illegal activities will be curbed, right? You can use even the fiat money for like US dollar or INR for illegal activities also. And there have been a lot of Ponzi schemes before the cryptocurrency evolved. So was there nothing wrong? Of course there was wrong. And it is the same rule applies for the cryptocurrencies as well. So that is what he said.
Illegal.
What about, anyway, coming back to the last, this is what I liked. So
when can we expect regulation on this front?
We hope now that within this financial year, the committee would finalize its recommendations, and then it would require legal changes, it would require regulatory assignment to be made, which regulator would do it. So all
which regulator will do it, sir?
So let us see, let's wait for that recommendations to emerge in the government decisions. So, but certainly they would
so one thing that I've noticed that this financial year, so if you let me just play this again, he said this financial year the regulations.
This financial year, the committee would finalize its recommendations, and
so this financial year, because she also mentioned that the committee has already been set who is studying the cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, why there have been no result as yet, So to respond, in reply to that, he said this financial year the regulations will definitely be there. So let us hope and let us see that happens. And also another news from Rana Kapoor. He is from Yes Bank. Let's see what he has to say.
Cryptocurrencies are here forever. We will have imperfections. There'll be regulatory, restrictions. There will be overall a process which has to be followed, and a system which has to be built with credibility. No currency system as an offset to the monetary system can be built without regulatory involvement. And I must confess that right now, all the cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, which was the origin, and then the cryptocurrencies followed, is a hybrid currency. It's a transitory currency. It has to be regulated. It has to be supervised, because, we are living in a world of money laundering. We are living in a world of KYC, right? So I think it's only a question of interventions which need to synchronize and synergize with regulations. And if the regulations come out with proper frameworks and come out with good ideas to be able to understand that cryptocurrencies can be a frugal mechanism, it can be a agility mechanism, it can be a mechanism which can substitute for a lot of high cost, currency presently in the system. Then there could be a very good balance. But the number one point I'm trying to underscore is there has to be regulatory intervention and regulatory endorsement of the system.
So as you can see from the banker himself, I mean, he is a banker. He's from Yes Bank, and he is also of the same opinion that the cryptocurrencies are here to stay. So so people are changing their mindsets. Earlier we saw bankers not talking so good about cryptocurrencies, about Bitcoin. You'll know the example of JP Diamond. He said that Bitcoin is a fraud and whatnot. But it's good to see that all the bankers also realizing the potential of cryptocurrencies, and they are also waiting for the regulations.
This whole mechanism
from the government
into place, and we must not take it lightly, because there is no light regulation here. There has to be very deep dive regulation here, but there also has to be enabling environment. There also has to be augmented infrastructure for all of this, and there have to be global partnerships for all of this. So I call that leap.
So guys, this is the news I wanted to share with you. Definitely, if you want to watch this one, check out the CNBC tweet on the Twitter account, and this also I'll leave the link in the description below. Go ahead and check that out. So these are very, very positive news. Definitely leave your opinion in the comment below. Yeah. What do you think about this positive news? Where do you see the market going from here? Because this is a lot of positivity from India especially, and of course the global market is also growing now. So that is what I wanted to share. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Give this video a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.